have a series of really interesting Art Deco medals from the 1930s that harken back to the golden age of the Detroit automobile industry. I don't see these too often. What are they and what makes them so interesting?
Well, first of all, they're Art Deco medals. If you look at them, you'll see these features, the exaggerated shape of the automobile, and an automobile with a big wing like this. And on the other side, we got a stylized piston from, representing the engine. These were produced by the General Motor Company, 25th anniversary. These were given out at the 1933 World's Fair. And nobody's ever really researched these well, but this one, I'm guessing from the number of these that we see, that they were given to the people who came to the exhibit. General Motors had an exhibit at the World's Fair. Now the big one here, it's about 3 inches in diameter. It's silver-plated bronze, and it comes in smaller sizes. The next smaller size is about the size of a silver dollar, the old silver dollar. Same thing, silver plated on bronze. Nobody knows exactly why these were used. Some of these dollar-size medals had the letters RSM engraved on them. And nobody knows what that means, but I have an idea that it would possibly represent people attending a party.
So do you think those were initials for an individual, or there are multiple examples with that initial in it?
More than one, yes.
Okay.
And like I say, nobody's really ever nailed that one down. There's a third size. It's about the size, a little bit larger than a regular quarter. And it says on it GM Men's Club. So it seems reasonable that these were given to people using the Men's Club and to show it to get in. Now there's a fourth size, which I don't have. And I've seen this before. It's a very scarce piece. And it's almost an interesting thing that I saw one, but I couldn't buy it. Collector knew that I had an interest in these. He brought them in. He brought one of the little ones, and I like the size of about the size of my thumbnail. And he showed it to me. I took it and I looked at it. I handed it back to him, and I did not go of it. And I said, "Would you take $1,000 for this?" And he said no. So one of the sad things for me, anyway, there was a piece that I really liked, but I couldn't buy it. He didn't, wouldn't sell it. He wouldn't quote me a new price.
So Julian, let's talk about patterns. I see a pattern in your display that's quite a rare coin, actually.
Yeah, this one here, it's aluminum dollar pattern. It was aluminum for a silver dollar, but it was struck in aluminum. There's only 3 known of this coin. This is the best one, and it's in spectacular condition.
What immediately strikes me holding this is that aluminum is really just such a light coin metal.
Right.
You'd expect a dollar coin to have a certain weight.
Right, this doesn't have that. You're right about that.
So what can you tell me about the design?
The design, the obverse is the Barber design. He has a series of that obverse going from 3 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, all the way up through the dollar. And the reverse is the regular die reverse. It was, just part of their procedure to make patterns and back at that time and pass them around, see what people like. But this was obviously just stored in the mint cabinet. Probably came out in the trade made by Wooden for the $50 gold pieces. Back in, I think, 1909, but it's been, but patterns are one of my longtime favorite series, and you have a given rarity. Many of the coins, a common pattern is something that there's 1,000 of made. Right. That's a common pattern. And the rare patterns go up to unique, which there's only one made.
And sometimes, like in the case of 1856 cents or Stella's, the patterns actually cross over and become collected as regular issues.
Yes, exactly. exactly.
So this barber pattern, sort of a riff, maybe a more elegant interpretation of the seated Liberty design.
Exactly.
And it even has the Peleus hat on the end of a pole.
Right.
So Lance, we were talking on the phone before I came down to Florida, and you said you had something pretty cool to show me, that you received a submission, a large trove of certified ancient coins.
Yes, Charles.
So what's going on with that?
Well, it's a collection that Gibraltar had purchased, and I believe there were 300 to 400 coins in the collection, and Wings got the opportunity to review them. And I believe 230 coins received Wings stickers between the gold and silver stickers. The coins are fantastic. They're original. They were hand-picked by the astute collector over many decades. And in the collection is a unique gold ancient. One of a kind, not in any book, not known at all. It is the electrum and is the ram's head. It's from Sebron, which is a famous city near Troy in Asia Minor. And the ram's head makes it unique. And it's electrum, it's those tiny gold ancients, which are like the first coins made, and they're very highly collectible. But that coin is unique. What shocked me, honestly, Charles, is the value. I would expect something like that to be 6 figures or more. And for whatever reason, they think it's just a 5-figure coin, and I believe they already have it sold.
Wow.
They're working on a deal to close it up. It came out of an auction in Europe, and Gibraltar did all the work to find out the information on it and submitted it to NGC, and NGC gave it the attribution that it is unique.
One of the amazing things about it, since it's unique and hasn't come up before, is just how well preserved this coin is.
Yeah,
I mean, this coin looks brand new.
It is. It looks like choice uncirculated, like it was made 3 years ago, or with a patina of 100 years. But it's, you know, a couple thousand years old. It's just a wonderful looking coin. I prefer larger coins, but it is what it is. It's a tiny coin, and it's just amazing that it's the only one known to this date of that type, with the ram's head.
I hope I look this good in 2,500 years.
You and me both.
What else do you got, buddy?
And it received the Wings Gold sticker because of the quality.
And what's the second coin there?
The second coin is Didius Julianus, and he was in AD 193, and he was an emperor that was the year of the 5 emperors.
Right.
And he was the 3rd emperor, and he purchased his emperorship. It was up for auction. He was a senator, they put it up for auction. He who has the gold makes the rules. I guess he bid more than anyone, and they made him emperor. But 9 weeks later, he got knocked off. Somebody didn't like his way of doing things, or maybe he was trying to get his money back that he paid in, and for whatever reasons, they killed him.
So this is a pretty nice coin too.
This coin's valued is about $4,000 or $5,000. What's really nice about it is the detail. I mean, NGC gave it a 5-strike, 5 surface. Wings really thinks it's PQ for that, and received the Wings Gold sticker. And it's just a great looking coin. It's totally original, not like you see the bright ones that people clean. To find them, this collection was full of totally original ancients. It was a 1 in a decade, 1 every 20-year collection that pops up. So to have stuff like this, little headlights in the collection is great and a lot of fun to look at and have. But yeah, the history behind this is also a cool story.
Very cool. And I guess since he was the emperor for only 9 weeks, that makes his coins typically kind of
scarce. They're scarce because how many coins could they mint for that period of time? And I'm sure once the new emperor came in, melt those coins. They didn't want his portrait out there, so whatever they did make even became less available. So another really cool coin, Charles, is Philip II, who is Alexander the Great's father. And they're not sure, scholars are not sure, but on the reverse of this coin, seems to be a boy on a horse. And Alexander, at age 13, it was famous because his father bought him a horse that no one could train. But Alexander trained the horse. No one could reel that horse in. It was too wild. And that was his horse right through till he died. You know, that was his buddy. And I believe he even made his horse royal at one point. I know Caligula did something like that too. They were all a little, you know, if you were an emperor back then, you did whatever you felt like doing. But anyway, this coin, if you can see, is super high relief, ultra high relief, if you want to call it with today's term. The detail is incredibly sharp.
Really well centered.
It's well made, well centered, well struck, lustrous. It has a little glow to it. They gave it an MS star, 5 strike, 5 surface. 110% agreed on by Wings, SPQ all the way. Another gold sticker. Again, a highlight from that collection. This is another $5,000 coin. And it's also the Alan Smith collection, and he was a famous doctor that collected a lot of ancient coins. So the pedigree's really good on this coin too.
So a lot of people know that Wings certifies world coins.
Yes, world coins, tokens, and metals. And we started doing ancients in the last year, and we have several consultants that we allay to on certain issues if need be. And it's being strongly accepted in the marketplace.